Brace yourselves now for a session that has been eagerly anticipated by cinephiles across the country. We have with us a legend whose very name evokes excellence, innovation, and unforgettable storytelling. Please join me in welcoming Aamir Khan, actor, filmmaker, and visionary. And to make this an unforgettable session, we are joined by Sonal Kalra, Chief Managing Editor for Entertainment and Lifestyle, Hindustan Times. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Aamir Khan.
No, this is fine. Okay. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, good people. I think Aamir saying good evening already makes it nicer and better for us. So a few smiles and a big round of applause would be nice. Well, as you know, the theme of this year's summit is Transformative Tomorrow. And I think in introducing him, I'd like to say that this is one person when it comes to Indian cinema who's led transformation by example. This reflects in the work that he does, this reflects in the films that he makes. He's someone who's not afraid of taking risks when it comes to bringing about a change. I've never seen a better fitment to the theme than this is. So, Aamir, welcome and thanks for taking out the time to be with us.
Thank you.
You've had a great year, Aamir, with Sitare Zameen Par. At least there was this notion that it's becoming very, very challenging to get people into the theatres. It's seeping into us. Our consumption pattern is such that we feel aa jayegi, OTT pe aa jayegi, TV pe aa jayegi, and people are not willing. And also there are things that are getting said with respect to only a large action film is the one that should come in theaters. Larger than life is what is needed. Superhero films are needed. So in all of that talk, a film like Sitare Zameen Par coming and doing a 260 crore business was a complete game changer.
It's very reassuring actually. Because I always have believed in stories, and I feel that irrespective of genre, whether you're making an action film or a thriller, you still need a good story.
Yeah.
And with technology coming in, things change. Of course, things change. But what doesn't change is that people connect to stories. And I think that's very fundamental to my work, at least. Yeah.
And any one compliment that you got for Sitare Zameen Par which completely blew you away?
Well, it was very moving to, see the reaction of audiences, especially, people who are suffering with disabilities, who are neuroatypical. Their reaction, the reaction of their families, their reaction of their brothers, sisters, parents was really, really heartwarming. It was really heartwarming. I think the community really embraced the film, and it was really nice to see that. And along with that, I think mainstream audiences across the world have really, the film really connected with them. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah.
Aamir, when it comes to leading through disruption, you've always been a leader that's kind of brought about a disruption. I'm reminded of a time when, I still remember there was a Stardust headline which said that this is late 80s, that Mithun Chakravarti has more than 40 films right now in his kitty. He's working on so many shifts simultaneously. Then you came onto the scene and you disrupted the whole thing by saying that I'll do only one film in a year. You have been bringing about a disruption also in the marketing of your films. And now the latest one that you've done is to do a pay-per-view model on YouTube, where you've said that I don't care for the OTT platforms. I would much rather have people pay on YouTube and watch my film.
But that's not entirely true. I just feel that there should be one more window. You see, after theatrical, we tend to go straight to OTT. I believe that there is a window that should be there. It's there all over the world of pay-per-view, and you have a period of 1 month, 2 months, depending on what is better. But my attempt is to really introduce that window, which I think should be there. It's one more avenue of earning for the producer. So that's what I'm attempting to create.
But I think the idea was somewhere for the industry to also come together and sort of support this model, but that hasn't really happened, has it?
No, I mean, I was doing it alone. I was not doing it as an industry move. Uh, it would be nice, I think. I think if the industry does try and collectively try and create a window for pay-per-view, it will help all of us. I just feel it will be very strongly helpful to the industry if that happens. Yeah.
We had Hugh Grant in a session earlier this morning, and he went on record to say that he can't stand streaming because he feels that it takes away from the very joy of collective viewing, and people should come back to theaters. And there is that over obsession with the streaming culture. You've taken a stand where you say that there needs to be a minimum difference at least, before a film comes on OTT. What do you think is that ideal difference? And
Actually, I'm not as judgmental as that. I feel that all platforms are good. I think that as an audience, I've enjoyed watching films on OTT and shows on OTT. I really think that we should, as a industry, reach a position as a market where we are mature enough that we allow the consumer to decide where he wants to consume, how he wants to consume, how he or she wants to consume. And that's what I think is the ideal thing. Because some people prefer to watch at home, they have practical difficulties, and some people prefer going to the theater. I think it's each one's choice. I think really the audience should decide where they want to watch the film, and we should be able to service all of those,
नहीं, पर ऑडियंस के लिए तो ये इजी है ना आमिर, कि घर आ ही जाएगी 3-4 हफ्ते में, 2-3 हफ्ते में फिल्म आ जाएगी, आप 600 रुपीज़ में पूरी फैमिली देख सकती है, तो थिएटर में जाने की ज़रूरत क्या है फिर?
नहीं है, आप बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हो, इकोनॉमिकली नहीं है, लेकिन आपका मन करता है ना जाने के लिए. सी एनी इंडस्ट्री कैन नॉट सर्वाइव ऑन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस कि सब लोगों को बाय लॉ दे हैव टू गो टू द थिएटर. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. पीपल शुड वॉच वेयर दे वांट. And your film should be exciting enough that people want to watch it on different platforms. A lot of people want to watch it in theaters. People also who've missed it in theaters want to watch it at home. They watch it on pay-per-view, OTT, satellite, So I think that for me, where you watch my material is not so important as long as you watch my material, because I'm making my material to reach people. I want people to enjoy the stuff. And so I'm not agnostic about कि यार OTT नहीं होना चाहिए, digital. In fact, I think today digital has become so much part of our lives that if you're not existing on digital, you pretty much are not around. People don't know you're there if you're not on digital. You're not relevant anymore. So I think that with technology, you have to move ahead with it, but it should be used to your advantage as opposed to your disadvantage. And I think that in this film, in the film industry, I think that world over you have a showcasing of theaters, then pay-per-view, then OTT, and then I think satellite or something. So that's how ideally it should be. And I really feel that it's up to the audience where they want to watch my work.
As long
If they find it exciting enough to come to the theaters, then they should come there. Yeah.
Amir, it's been 40 years to your career. In fact, a little more than 41 years now, exactly.
41?
Your film Holy, I think 84 में आई थी. And
84 में नहीं, 86 में आई थी शायद. But वो भी थिएटर में रिलीज नहीं हुई थी. It had won a national award, so it had come on television. DD had shown it. All national award winning films are shown. I wouldn't really count that as my film. I was more an AD at that time. I would actually say I joined the industry in the year when I was 18, exactly when I was 18. I joined as an assistant director. So that was my first step in the film industry, not as an actor, and that was, I think, in 84.
Yeah.
It was in 84, I think,
yeah.
when I became an assistant.
So 40 years, and we are talking transformation, and is there a particular incident or a particular decision that you've taken which you would say has transformed you or has been the most transformational?
Yeah, I think there was one decision in my life which I think was because of which I am here today, I'll have to give a little context before that. My first film, QSQT, released. It was a big success. I became an overnight star. And then I started getting a lot of offers for films. I wasn't getting offers from the directors I wanted to work with. I had a list of directors I wanted to work with, but none of those directors approached me. I think at that time, even after a super hit like QSQT, you still had to establish yourself as a star, before the A graders wanted to work with you. So anyway, I was getting a lot of offers, and I signed some 8, 9 films, thinking that the rest of the actors are doing 30, 40, 50 films. So I think under 10 should be okay for me. That is what I thought. I had never worked like that. But when the shooting of these films began, I realized what a big mistake I had made. I'm not built to, do 2, 3 films together, or, 8, 9 films together. So that is my first realization. The second realization was that I realized that, it's very important to select the director. Your director is the captain of the ship. It's very important to have the right director. Because if I hear a script and I'm thinking that it's a romantic scene and I'm imagining it's, going to be shot in Kashmir or Kulu Manali in the mountains, the producer is thinking he'll shoot it in Khandala or Lonavala, which is 2 hours from Bombay. The director is thinking he'll shoot it in Lonavala, Khandala, and the producer has already booked Film City. There are 2 hills over there also. तो जाना था जापान, पहुंच गए चीन. So I realized in the first 6 to 8 months of working on these films that 3 things are very crucial for any film: the script, the director, and the producer.
Yeah.
Unless these 3 are ticked off, I realized that I would not ever do a film again, and I was very unhappy with the work I was doing, to be honest. In the first couple of years of my career as an actor after QSQT, I was very unhappy. I think I was not happy with the projects. I was not happy. My sensibility didn't match with a number of the people I was working with. And to cut a long story short, these films started releasing eventually, and they started bombing. Ek flop hui, dusri flop hui, teesri flop hui. And then I was labeled one film wonder by the media. And rightly so. Those 3, 4 films which had not done well had brought me to this situation, and the remaining 3, 4, 5, 6 films which I was working on, which were about to come, I knew how bad they were. So I was like, I'm sunk, because my career is going to, go down the drain in this manner. And I swore to myself, because I was so unhappy. I used to come home and cry in the evening. I was very unhappy with the work I was doing. So I swore to myself that, never again will I compromise with my work. Unless the director is someone I completely trust, the script is something that I really love, and the producer is someone who can really produce the film well, release it well. Until these 3 things are in place, I'm not going to take on another film, even if it means my career comes to an end, which it was looking like it was coming to an end, because my films are not doing well. I felt I'm stuck in quicksand. I was trying my level best to come out of it, but the more I would struggle, the more I would sink. And at that time, I got a call from Bhatt Saab, Mahesh Bhatt ji.
Mahesh Bhatt.
And Bhatt Saab called me and said, I want to meet you, have a film for you. So I was really thrilled, because Bhatt Saab was on the rise at that time. He had made Saransh, he had made Arth, and then he had made Naam. All 3 really successful films back to back. And I was so relieved that, finally one director who I want to work with is, reaching out to me, and I was feeling relieved, actually. And then I went to meet him, and he narrated the script to me. And I didn't like the script. And I was so, disappointed. I didn't tell him anything that evening. I said, sir, can I think about it for one day? He said, yeah, we'll meet tomorrow, you think about it. So that day when I went home was the turning point of my life. Because saying yes to Bhatt Saab would give me a new lease of life. I would be able to absorb another 3 flops, because Bhatt Saab ki film aa rahi hai, So it's practically very, very important for me to say yes to this film. But I have decided not to do that. My heart is not in this. If I'm not excited by the script, I don't want to do it. So that night I couldn't sleep. I was like, should I say yes to him and compromise with my, heart? Or should I say no to him and leave this one opportunity? I'm in quicksand and Bhatt Saab ka haath aaya hai. Main pakad bhi nahi raha hoon. So that night was a very difficult night for me. And the next day I went to meet him in the evening. And the honest I had not decided yet what to say to him. But I knew I couldn't do the film. So when I met him, I said, Bhatt Saab, I'm really sorry, but I can't do the film because I haven't liked the script. And I'm a newcomer, you're a very established director. Who am I to say no to you? And probably after this, you won't work with me. But the fact is that I can't lie to myself and I have to only do what I really love. So I'm afraid I can't say yes.
So you let it go.
I let it go.
कौन सी फिल्म थी बता दो बट साहब ने बनाई?
I'll come to that.
The story is there.
So, Bhatt Saab gave me a very, he said, no, chill, don't worry about all this. Why don't you want to do it? Why did you not like it? So we went into discussions about the film. And that film never happened eventually.
Oh.
That film never happened eventually. But what was really important was that when my back was against the wall, when I was at my lowest, when I felt my career is over and nothing is going to save me, even at that time, I had the conviction and courage to say no to something that I didn't believe in. And that strength, gave me the strength to take all the difficult decisions that I took in my career after that. Doing a film like Lagan, doing a film like Tare Zameen Par. I believe that had I compromised with myself, with my dreams, with my emotions, and had said yes as a practical thing, I personally feel my career would have had a totally different graph. The fact that I was not ready to compromise at my worst gave me a lot of strength. And I think that really was a turning point for me.
That's a turning point, for sure. Amir, एक चीज़, as I said, unconventional also comes true when it's about your personal life, because, there is a situation where marriages don't last and there is bitterness. Then there's another stage which is about being cordial with your exes. And then comes a stage where somebody's friends with the exes to the extent that you would make personal appearances. You've reached this third stage and people wonder how there is so much harmony when it comes to Reena, Kiran, and how you relate to them and, this blended family that's come through.
I guess it shows we are good people. Matlab, what to say? Reena is an amazing person. She's someone I've grown up with. I've spent 16 years with her, and the fact that, we fell apart as a husband and wife does not mean we fell apart as human beings. And I feel that there is a lot of love and respect in my heart for Reena. And I truly value the time that I've spent with her. And, I grew up with her actually. We were both very young when we got married.
Yeah.
And she's a fantastic person. So when we had our differences and we parted, I think we didn't part as human beings because we didn't feel like, I guess. And the same was with Kiran. I think Kiran is an amazing person, and she and I decided to, part ways as husband and wife. But, we are family. And I'm not kidding when I say that. I really mean it. We are family. So Kiran, her parents, my family, Reena, her parents, we are all actually one family.
Yeah. I was watching a promo for the marathon that your kids and Reena and Kiran together did, and there was just so much camaraderie, so much fun. There was Ira, her husband,
Popeye, Junaid,
Azad, Kiran. They were also. It's like Team Amir when it comes to your entire family together.
Don't say that to my children. Team Amir, they'll immediately object.
But now, Amir, at 60 years of age, you found love again with Gauri. And did you think you would get into a relationship?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't. To be very honest, I think I had reached a point where I felt that I probably won't be able to find someone who can be my partner. I was not expecting it.
And what does Gauri bring to your life?
Oh. She brings a lot of calm. She brings a lot of steadiness. She's a really amazing person, and I'm so fortunate actually, and lucky I feel that I've met her. To be honest, I feel I'm very fortunate. While our marriages may not have worked, until our lives did, but I think that I'm still very happy that I met Reena, Kiran, and now Gauri in my life. They've been three people who really have contributed to me as a person in a very big way. and I really look up to them in many ways.
How lovely.
Yeah.
Amir, you've had a great stint as an actor, a director, and a producer, but they're all very different roles. And you are a perfectionist to the core, so you would get into the detail. So I have a hypothetical question that what is that one thing that Amir, the filmmaker, complains about Amir the actor? Because I've spoken to directors who have worked with you and they say Amir does not stop till he gets 100% perfection. So now does Amir the director grudge that about Amir the actor?
No, no. I directed Tare Zameen Par, in which I was acting also. I had no problems with myself. uh, no, you are one person, whether you're an actor or a director or a producer, you're one person. And whether I'm acting like now, abhi meri film aa rahi hai, Happy Patel, in January. I'm not acting in it. I mean, I've got a small cameo, but I'm not really acting in the film. But it's as much my film. It's as much my film. I've selected the script and we've been part of making it, and I'm as excited about it. So whether I'm producing, directing, or acting, for me, it's the same. Yeah.
I mean, we all have some or the other favorite Amir Khan film or a favorite Amir Khan scene. I'm sure you do. You have your own favorites of your own work. But if now, as a matured 60-year-old Amir, if you had to go back in history and reshoot any one of your scenes, which one would you reshoot and what would you change, if at all?
Rang De Basanti is the film. And the scene where Sue and I come back, after Vaida ji has been hit on the head and she's in hospital, she's in coma. And I come in with her and then we've got some food and there's all chaos because there's been a lathi charge and, everyone's injured. And as I start eating, I also break down. That scene I was not very happy with. And I felt that scene should have come out better. So that's the scene I would reshoot.
Are your kids also interested
And actually
in...
that incident taught me a very big lesson. Actually हुआ क्या था कि that was one of the toughest scenes of the film for me, and I had been playing it in my mind for a long time. And I told Mehra that I don't want to rehearse this scene on the day. On the day I want to just shoot. So he said okay. So I said, one day before we'll go and do the blocking. And ideally if you can do a 2-3 camera setup, then I'll do it in one go. And then you capture the different, image sizes that you want in one go. So we had gone a previous day, did the breakdown, and I had tested myself, am I emotionally ready for this scene? So I'd let myself go a little bit. And then I pulled back. I said, yeah, I'm ready. And then that night I was thinking about the scene, and it was all playing out how I would do it in my head. And next morning I was really ready for the scene. जैसे glass एकदम brim तक भरा हुआ है, अभी छलकेगा. So I was there. And I came to the shoot and I sat in my makeup room and suddenly I noticed on the wall they have hung some clothes which are the wrong clothes. Continuity के कपड़े गलत थे. So I called the assistant. I said, these are wrong clothes. I'm wearing other clothes in this scene. He said, no sir, we've changed the order of shooting. We are shooting some other scene first. So I said, oh, why? Aren't we shooting that scene? He said, no, Mehra and, Binod had some discussion. Binod is the DOP. So I called Mehra. Mehra said, यार Binod बोल रहा है हम लोग अगर night से शुरू करेंगे तो फिर वो 1.5 दिन, we'll lose 1.5 days. When you shift the lighting and all that. So, my training is of an assistant. So losing 1.5 days is like, disastrous. So I said, acha. So I gave in. I said, theek hai, chalo, we'll change the schedule. We'll do what you want to do. And then this scene came 4 days later. I should have never agreed. Because the scene never came out the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
क्या है वो misfire हो गया. वो एक timing होती है. I could never reach the emotional level that I had wanted in my head, which I had imagined. So that taught me a lesson that when you're creatively ready for something, when you have to choose between something that is creative and something that's practical, always be impractical and choose the creative one. Because, I regret doing that.
Yeah, no, that's a very good lesson for anything, not just films. I was just going to ask you about your kids and out of Ira, Junaid. Junaid is now in films, and Azad, who's pretty young. But who do you think would someday direct? And And who do you think would just not want to have anything to do with films?
Uh, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know whether any of them would ever make a film. I mean, they're all three capable of, mind you. I think all three of them have grown up, seeing me make films and been part of so many screenings and discussions that I think all three of them are capable of making a film. But I don't know which one of them will finally decide to do that.
Is Azad fond of films? Your films?
He's too young. He's 14 now.
Ah.
I don't even like asking him that question. It'll be too much pressure on him.
Amir, I asked on social media, I asked your fans if there was one question that they would want me to ask of you. Actually, two questions, there was a tie because all your fans wanted to know, you said you do one film in a year. So are you going to stick to that promise and which is the next film? And they want to know about Lokesh Kangaraja's film and whether you're doing that.
Yeah. So, see, my intention is to do one film a year. In fact, my emotion is also to do one film a year. But वो होती नहीं है यार. I don't know what to do. By the time I like something and by the time we work on it. So, yeah, I did say that I'll try and do one film a year. I'll try.
This is what your fans ask.
See, it depends on what films, which one. When I like something, I can't do a film if I don't like anything.
Yeah.
So I'll try.
And what is currently in the...
Lokesh and I are supposed to meet up. I think last month we spoke and he said he's coming to Bombay at some point. We'll go through the narration of that. So yeah, that's, as of now, on the cards.
Okay, lovely. Amir, if you had to sum up your 40 years in a sentence, the life that you've had and one lesson, leadership lesson that you would want to give to anyone who's listening, what would that be?
Well, I'm not very good at giving advice. I can tell you how my life has been. My life has been, my journey in films has been one of a lot of curiosity. I've been a very curious person. I've wanted to learn all the time. I've challenged myself. I've challenged my colleagues. They have challenged me. So it's been a wonderful journey where I think I've learned a lot. I've met some very talented people who I've had the opportunity to work with. And I've never thought so much far ahead. So all this has been unplanned. What has happened is unplanned, I just went after the film that I wanted to do at that time, really. And that's what I'm doing even now. So I didn't think so much about my
So maybe go with
career.
the flow.
I think that one of the things I've realized is that, okay, I'll tell you what I've learned. See, when I came into the industry, what happens is you come with your own ideas, you come with your own convictions of what you would like to do and how you would like to do. I'm sure all of us go through that, when we are starting our lives. And at that time, a lot of people who are experienced and who have been around for longer, sometimes they tell you, कि यार ऐसे नहीं होता है. This is not how things happen. And एक ही तरीका होने का मतलब तो I didn't follow that. I didn't listen to anyone and I didn't follow any rules. I did things the way I wanted to do. I broke the rules. I did what I believed in. And so that's one thing I think that stood by me. Blindly, one should not just follow what is the routine. You should challenge the norm. You should believe in yourself. If you believe differently, you should also have the courage to follow it. Yeah.
Great. Amir, we just have a couple of minutes left, and I don't know if all of you know him as a lovely, wonderful actor, but I don't know how many of you know that he also sings really well. And this is a surprise request, but if Amir, you could end this on a sweet note and sing a couple of lines for us.
See, I don't sing well. I just love singing. So I have a good time. I don't know about you all. And I've also started learning, last couple of years.
Classical?
I'm learning classical, yeah. With my Guruji is Sucheta Bhattacharya.
Okay.
And she's an amazing teacher and I really enjoy my lessons with her. It's like, it's like you get lost in that 1.5 hour. It's, it's like a zone,
Beautiful. तो फिर आप आखिरी के 1 मिनट में
हाँ, मैं
दो
कुछ
लाइनें
अच्छा सा गाना गाता हूँ. कौन सा गाऊँ? राग नहीं इतना मैं अभी टाइम लगेगा वहाँ पहुँचने में. Well, I mean, I have sung a lot of rags with my teacher, but on my own, I don't think I can. So let me sing some fun song. Oh, मेरे दिल के चैन, oh मेरे दिल के चैन, चैन आए मेरे दिल को दुआ कीजिए.
Wow, amazing. With that, calls for an applause. And with that, we need to make way for the Prime Minister's
Sure,
session.
sure,
And
yes.
thank you so much, Amir. It has
Thank you.
been such a pleasure. And thank you for your time. and
Pleasure.
talking
Thank
to
you so
us.
much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amir Khan with Sonal. Thank you so much.